There has been, for the last few days, a great amount of turbulence which has been caused in the global markets. And obviously that turbulence has had its impact on the Indian markets itself. Now the factors responsible for this are entirely external. There is not a single domestic factor in India which has either contributed to it or has added to it. Now these are external factors. I have not the least doubt that this turbulence is transient and temporary in nature. The markets will settle down. All concerned authorities, the Government of India, the Reserve Bank, are watching the situation very closely. As far as India is concerned, our response at this stage is very clear. We have to strengthen our own economy. Now, we've embarked on a path for the last 1.25 years that even in the midst of a global slowdown, India should emerge as one of the fastest growing economies in the world. I'm glad we are doing that. Most of our domestic indicators are extremely positive, and therefore I have no doubt that once these transient trends are over, the markets in India particularly will settle down, they'll restore back, and if necessary, as the Reserve Bank has already said, they are watching the situation very closely and are conscious of their responsibility of what is to be done under this.
We are obviously monitoring the situation very carefully, whether it is in our domestic markets or in global markets, whether it is in fixed income, whether it's in currency or in the equity market. Volatility is part and parcel of operating in these capital markets. So we just have to work for these factors, whether it is the Chinese economy slowing down, whether it's the possibility of the Fed raising rates, whether it's what we're seeing in terms of commodity prices, or finally, the overall important deflationary forces that are underway right now. All of these are playing themselves out in the capital markets, and asset prices will adjust themselves as these trends play out. We haven't seen anything that would suggest any major breaks or any major dislocations. It is an adjustment process. Obviously, as I said, our goal is to monitor the situation very carefully to understand how the readjustment and resetting process is happening, and to ensure that it is an orderly, smooth process. India remains one of the strongest and best economies in the world right now. We are embarked on an ambitious reform agenda which is demonstrating very good results. It is market forces that set the level of the rupee. Our goal is to ensure that this is done in an orderly way, that there aren't any liquidity concerns or issues that people have. So let the adjustment process move in an orderly way. The rupee continues to be a favored currency. It continues to be a strong currency. All central bankers, whether it's the RBI or the Fed, are taking into account what's happening in other markets as well, other factor markets, whether it's commodity prices, whether it's what's happening in China, where the situation is with respect to global growth. All of that data is going to factor into the thinking of the RBI as well as the Fed and other central banks as well. So we are all cognizant of these matters, of these trends.
Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/ETNow, and don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at ETNowLive. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/user/ETNow.